Now, welcome to yet another special Star Wars Celebration edition of News from Naboo, our final recap of the weekend's festivities.
Hooray!
Hooray indeed. So let's get right to the news.
Okay, we've got 4 articles here today to go over. First up, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. It's coming to Nintendo Switch on June 8th. It's going to have resolution updates, performance optimizations, the Sith Lords Restored Content DLC coming post-launch. It's exciting news. It's just about a week away. And I love me some KOTOR.
Yeah, we have to finish up the first. We were going to play through that first one and do Let's Plays and so on. And geez, we have not.
Well, it's a very long game to kind of play.
I think the problem with it is so many people have played it and know it that it's not very exciting to watch people play it anymore.
That's also
after all these years.
It's also true.
Yeah, so we do have to blitz through it, finish it off, and then we will maybe try. Because I don't remember KOTOR 2 very well. I haven't played it, I've only played it once, and that was literally when it came out, and that's almost 20 years ago at this point. So I don't have much of a strong recollection, as much as I should probably for that game. So hopefully we will put some. At least I want to do videos.
Hey,
on
it's
that
got
game
my girl Visas Mar in it.
She is.
I love her. I don't know if I like her or Bastila more, to be honest.
It's Bastila.
It's a hard one for me. I really do like Visas. Oh well, I digress. All right, let's keep on moving then. We got 3 more articles to go, and now we're going on to everybody's new favorite game. Star Wars Hunters got a panel, the only game panel we had at Celebration.
Is it going to be everybody's favorite game?
I mean, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to run along kind of the veins of, I guess, a Fortnite or a League of Legends in a sense, I guess.
I have not played either one of those games, so.
All right.
I only have vague knowledge of what both those games are, so.
So, Hunters, well, it's going to be canon, so you'll have to pay attention to it now.
I take it all back. I don't need everything to be canon. I know, I was so excited when they originally announced that. Like, everything's going to be, in one continuity. It's all going to be canon. It's all going to come together and make sense. And then they make games like Star Wars Hunters. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we don't need that.
Hunters takes place after the Battle of Jakku. So after the Return of Jedi, kind of around Mandalorian time. This is to help with some of the characters' backgrounds, including a former Imperial and a Rebel Alliance turned New Republic loyalist.
Shocking that a former Rebel would turn New Republic loyalist.
Go figure. They did want this game to be fun and a little silly, hence the inclusion of characters such as Utuni, the character that's literally 2 Jawas in a trench coat.
Oh, I wasn't wrong.
Utini. It reminds me of
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, the character from BoJack Horseman.
Oh, yeah.
Who's literally the 2 kids. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but 2 Jawas in a trench coat. All fun. All
right, yeah. Totally canon.
The game's art style, they did look back at Ralph McQuarrie's paintings, and yet they wanted to create their own unique style that would stand out, which resulted in the colorful, hyper-stylized characters we did get in the game. One thing that I found interesting is characters have established rivalries as well as friendships. Because these characters all have their own unique backstories, and apparently it's pretty in-depth, and they have an established dynamic with other characters. One example, of course, is, let's talk about that Jawa duo again, Utuni, who is constantly trying to scavenge Slingshot's droideka that he rides. Yet Slingshot sees the droideka as part of his family.
Okay.
Yes. Each character has their own little, I like this person, but I don't like that person.
So do they have, tespecial team-ups? I don't even know how this works. Is it like a battle royale
They play in
game?
teams of 4, so you'll play with 4 other players online against the other team. So far, aside from a shoot-'em-up type game mode, there is going to be, was it Jawa Ball? Hut Ball. Sorry. Hut Ball. Hut Ball will be making its debut back into the universe, and it's fully canonized this way as Hut Ball. And, but each character has specialized abilities. Some can do some healing stuff. Some do more, they all do different types of attacks.
And this is coming for the Switch and mobile, right?
Switch and mobile. I was actually on their website just today looking and reading about all the little characters because I was curious. I think the character named Sprocket actually built the character name as...
Sprocket from Fraggles?
Yeah, but Sprocket actually built...
That was the dog,
J3DI, Jedi. It's a droid who thinks he is a Jedi. He's not an actual Jedi,
A droid,
clearly.
I don't think a droid can be a Jedi.
He has a faux force attack where he actually shoots his arm out and pulls his opponent towards him.
Get over here.
Yeah. But whatever, it's all in good fun.
Sounds like this is meant to be just a kind of a silly, fun game, sure.
Exactly.
And again, do you need to make it canon? Yeah.
They even went as far as to give characters variations on their original outfits, and climate also impacts their gear. What's really cool is, like, you go to arenas that look like Hoth, the outfit will look a little different in that area. The arenas are all on the same planet, Vespara, and they're just kind of like in little bubbles on the planet, like, so you
like
can see...
Like a biodome kind of thing?
Exactly, so you have a whole bunch of different arenas/environments, but they're all on the same planet. Like you said, the game's coming out for Nintendo Switch and mobile sometime this year, but no date has currently been given.
I thought this game was coming out last year.
I don't know.
Feels like this has been in development. Like, I remember hearing about it and thought it was coming soon, and whatever.
Hey, and don't forget, there's also a book coming for Star Wars Hunters. Star Wars Hunters Battle for the Arena coming November 1st. I think it's supposed to follow the character or Riev, something like that. Of course, I just haven't had it pronounced yet. But she's listed on the game site as a dark side assassin.
This is the Sith-like one?
It's the Sith-like one, who is the only one who actually has force powers.
But she's not a Sith, right?
I have no idea. She's going to have some sort of mysterious backstory that she's been fleeing, and that's why she ended up at the arena.
And she literally can't be a Sith at that point unless she's a self-proclaimed.
Who knows? You'll find out in November 1st then, when the book comes out.
Can't wait.
I know. You're excited.
I'll be reading it. I read them
will.
all.
You will be. All right, let's move on. More books from yet another publishing panel.
There was like 4 of those things, wasn't there?
So we'll go through these, hopefully relatively quickly. Ashley Eckstein's new book, Star Wars Every Day, features a year's worth of Star Wars-themed crafts, recipes, mindfulness exercises, and other activities, and it's coming out in December.
Okay.
Yep. Be More Obi-Wan comes out July 12th.
Sounds like his son. I called him Be More.
Be More Obi-Wan, no.
Yeah, Be More Kenobi. I can see it.
It's coming out July 12th. It's a pocket-sized book packed with inspiration from the cool and composed...
Another pocket-sized book. Love that. We got the...
Little Jedi book?
Lightsaber.
Lightsaber book?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's over on our bookshelf, but not like in the books. It has to be in front of them so we don't lose it.
Yeah, put it in there with the rest of them. Doesn't look out of place at all.
Now onto the book that you actually wanted to hear about, everybody. Star Wars Timeline.
The book that will be out of date as soon as it was released.
Don't
it will be, though.
Don't even. Just don't. All right. So this is something I was excited to hear them kind of talk about. The upcoming book was the effort of 5 authors. It is going to span the story of Star Wars from the time of the High Republic all the way through the fall of the First Order. With so much to cover, they made, as they put it, the spreadsheet from hell.
Isn't that what the story group was supposed to be doing from the start? Is keeping all this stuff?
Well, apparently they weren't, and now they had to make a spreadsheet. They did promise, and I don't know how this is going to be physically possible, but they promised that the movies, TV series, books, comics, games, etc. all got treated with the same weight and importance.
I'm sure they did.
Even though we know there are contradictions, somehow it's all going to be fixed.
There are some blatant ones. Probably the most well-known one is Kanan being in Rebels, or Kanan from Rebels being in Bad Batch, and kind of seeing his Order 66, how he goes through it there, and then being totally different from, not totally different, but very different from the Kanan comics. And then there's the retcon of the Ahsoka novel. Then there's other little ones, but those are...
the same. It said so.
No, it's not the same.
One other thing to note is we're getting a brand new galaxy map, and I've got a picture of it for everybody. It's going to include all the referenced planets, and the book will be on the shelves November 29th. We already have it pre-ordered.
And it'll be out of date on November 29th because there will be all kinds of stuff that comes out before then.
Oh boy, as long as they get the...
I think this isn't... I don't think it's a bad...
There will be good.
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad idea in and of itself, but they make it sound like they went through this Herculean effort to, like, we had to amass all that. Like, weren't you doing that from the start?
They were supposed to be doing it from the start?
Like, how did that happen? There are fans who do this for fun. Why didn't you just contact one of them?
You know someone's out there like, oh, you think your spreadsheet looks like hell. Check mine out.
Yeah, like they could have contacted me. I enjoy trying to piece together where these things take place and trying to fit them all together and trying to see what overlaps. And Yeah, I didn't get the call. Go figure.
All right, last bit today, we're going to go over the Marvel Comics panel. First, Marvel will be giving us a 10-issue Star Wars Yoda series.
10 issues of Yoda.
This is going to be set up as a trilogy of 3-issue stories, and the last issue will be to tie it all together.
Okay.
So you'll get 3 different 3-issue stories and then a tie-in ending.
A trilogy of trilogies with a conclusion.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
The book's going to take place on Dagobah before Luke shows up, and will have Yoda reminisce on his life, kind of exactly how the Obi-Wan comic is doing it.
Yes.
The first story arc will take place in the 150-year period between phases 1 and 2 of the High Republic.
So it's not really about his whole life, it's about the last quarter of it.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
If it's in the High Republic era, he's 900 years old.
That's one of the 3 arcs.
Well, I'm assuming that they don't go backwards with the arcs.
You don't know. I don't know. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
The second arc will show us a young Dooku with his former master. And there is no word yet on what the third story arc will be. Maybe they don't even know yet because the series doesn't come out till October.
They usually are pretty well ahead when they're making comic books.
Moving on, as we said in yesterday's video, Marvel is working on an original tale for Star Wars Visions, not an adaptation, but their own story that also would not be canon.
Is this the one that's coming out of California?
I don't know.
I found that strange, like all these countries that it's like
story.
California.
They're not doing an animated thing.
I know, it was kind of a joke.
We got to look at the variants coming for Star Wars number 25 that'll hit shelves in July. The issue marks the return of Charles Soule. Then issue 26 will begin a new story arc for Luke and Leia. Afra's book just continues to get weirder as she continues down the dark path of the Ascendant.
Is this Stranger book? Yeah.
Yeah. Bounty hunters will see Tonga and her crew infiltrate Crimson Dawn's stronghold to try and free Catalea.
Spoilers there. Whew.
Issues 27 and 28 will be a 2-parter with connecting cover art. Obi-Wan's miniseries, issue 2, comes out in June. And as they put it, it's going to be like a haunted house story.
Oh.
But it's also going to be adapting the death of Darth Maul. Oh, sorry, just Maul.
Just Maul?
Just
what do you
he's
mean?
not Darth anymore. Well, in the previews that you can see from it, they do have a comic book version of the death his end battle on Tatooine with Maul.
And I thought we were going like through his life. That's closer towards the end of it.
We again do not know the order in which they will be telling stories.
Why are we going backwards and forwards? Linear, man, linear.
You can put them on the shelf linear then.
Linear.
No. Just like they did with Clone Wars, they don't do things in order.
Clone Wars is fairly linear. A couple episodes are out
not
of order.
Yes. Not even season 7 is in order.
Well, that's because they wanted to open with the Bad Batch instead of the Ahsoka arc.
Mm-hmm. Darth Vader will be getting more tense as Padme's former handmaiden, Sabe, who is traveling with Darth Vader and Ochi, tries to uncover what really happened to her former mistress, and Vader will also confront Sand in issue 26.
Wow.
That's important. Apparently Sabe is going to go missing or something, and he has to actually confront Sand, and they say use some powers he has that he hasn't used in a long time in an interesting way. I don't know what that means, obviously.
His power to command sand. He's like Sandman. He's gonna dark side that sand.
In the High Republic books, we head back to Jeddah in October for Phase 2. And Soule will also be writing a book for Phase 2 as well, The Blade, which will reveal the backstory behind Porter Engle and how he became known as the Blade of Bardotta in this 4-issue series coming in November.
Charles Soule certainly is doing a lot of Star Wars stuff like that. I know he just got like a promotion, didn't he? Within the company, yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I think he's like a creative consultant now or
something like that.
One of those fancy titles they give out.
Whew, there's a lot of stuff.
I think we're done covering. I think there's probably a few little things we've missed along the way, certainly, but I think that's the bulk.
I tried to get everything.
I know you did. I've seen you working for the last few days.
I have the spreadsheets from hell.
Yeah, you do. They should have called you to make that book. You would have been on top of it. But all right, I guess that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of today's news or the remnants of Celebration news, I guess you could call it. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.